on, text or question time.
07508
796619.
07508
796619.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leam.
Hello, and welcome to Awkward Question Time with me, Alex Leam, the show where I take a panel of comedians and subject them to an hour's worth of awkward and stupid questions. I've just realised my backdrop is flowing. There we go. What do you think? Does that work? Is the fan audible? Is that annoying? Let me know in the comments. If it is, I'll switch it off. But I kind of feel like I'm in some sort of 80s power ballad, which is nice. Give us a share, retweet, or subscribe to us on YouTube. And whilst you're at it, like my Facebook page at Alex Leam Stand Up, or follow us on Twitter at Alex Leam, or search Alex Leam on YouTube. Not all of the questions will be coming from me tonight. As always, we want you to submit your questions to the panel. Submit your questions, more cringe the better, and answer along with us. Are you watching on a proper TV? If so, and you either like one of the pages or you're friends with me personally on Facebook, take a screenshot, take a shot of the photo of your TV in your front room or bedroom, even at any point during the show, and just send us a message, because I do like seeing those. Maybe that's because I'm a little bit weird. And donate to the show if you're enjoying it, you want to support it, via paypal.me/Alex Leam and kofi.com/Alex Leam as well. We're doing a little better on donations compared to last season. Last season, 40 episodes, about 12 quid. We're 4 episodes in and we're on a £5. So, yeah, just another 10 seasons and I could break even. And text a question into the show's Nokia 3310. It's primed and ready to go. There we are. 2 bars left on the battery. It's been on all week. It's 07508 796619. That's 07508 796619. Or, as it said in the chat line video,
Go on, text or question time.
07508
796619.
07508 796619. Yep, that's back. Do you know what else is back?
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Yes, No Context Graham Whistler is back this week as well. I must admit, although I am pretty busy at the moment, I did find myself wondering what it would look like if I had 4 of him on screen.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Absolutely terrifying is the answer. So let's get on tonight's panel. Please welcome, in no particular order, Lloyden Williams, Jimmy Longmore, Helen Edwards, and Obi. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, excellent. Everyone's waving. There's some comments already. So George Coppin is watching. He says, hey George.
Hey, George.
Hi, George.
Hey, George.
If you say it that way, it sounds like the start of Club Tropicana. Hi, George.
Are the drinks free?
Yes, are the drinks free, George? Let us know. He says that the backdrop looks like you're going to do a big reveal real soon.
It does.
Reveal.
I'm actually hiding in the back.
Yeah, that's actually Obi. He's
I'm hiding in the back of your house, Alex.
Nice. Nice. So we'll crack on with the first question, which is, what's the dumbest thing you've done this week? Which is it is a chin scratcher. I will start because I did something pretty stupid this week. I ended up having to shave my beard off.
Oh.
Yeah. So
You have a beard during the festival?
No, I didn't. It was actually I'm going to turn that fan off because it's getting on my nerves. I didn't have a beard during the festival. The only reason why I grew one is because I was bedridden with COVID for 2 weeks. I didn't shave, and I thought, do you know what? I'll leave it. I'll leave it for a bit. But the times when I have had a beard, and Obi and Jimmy, I don't know if you can vouch for this, how it doesn't grow one colour.
Yeah, definitely.
It does not. It does not grow one color. So I will admit to dyeing it.
Killing it.
You're a beard dyer.
Yes, I am. You can buy just for men beard dye.
So is it different from normal hair dye?
Yeah, it's probably about the same price, but you get like 2 little tubes like that size. One being like the color, which is medium brown for me, and the other one is sort of like a color. So you got to then mix it up in this little dish with this beard dye comb, which you comb it in with, and then you're supposed to leave it for 5 minutes. Something happened during the dyeing process where it really dyed unevenly.
Oh no!
And I was left with one part of my moustache, a really unfortunate part of my moustache, a very vivid brown, and the rest of it grey.
Like a Hitler one.
Literally, it
you
looked.
That, Alex.
I tried then like re-dyeing it, and then it just looked more and more ridiculous. It looked like at the second attempt, like I'd done it with Sharpie. And I just coloured my face in. I'll tell you what the moustache looked like. I don't know if anyone remembers Sparks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what I look like.
Oh no!
From a distance. So I look like the dude from Sparks that was malnourished.
Did you have 2 heads?
Yeah, I'd shave that off as well. So can anyone beat doing something as dumb as doing a
I'll give you an answer. I was thinking about it. I think I've been quite sensible this week. But I think the stupidest thing, it wasn't that stupid, but I was doing a gig last night in Kirkcaldy, Friday night, and it was a solo show, and my pal Viv G drove, so I decided to have a few beers, and that was quite stupid because it's about an hour drive, and I'm quite bad after a few pints for having to pee every 10 minutes. So, kind of on the way home, I had to ask Viv to stop a couple of times so that I could jump into a bush and then have a pee. So, so that's a bit daft. So, I need to, if the journey's been over half an hour, I shouldn't drink.
Yeah, I used to be terrible for that sort of thing when I lived down in Bournemouth. And
I feel quite boring, that being the stupidest thing, because I've done a lot of things. And I was like, there must be stupider than that, but that's about it. I've been boring. So I need
you were drinking on the road, that's rock and roll.
I know.
if you take the pint out from the venue and into the passenger seat with you, that's very rock and roll.
That's true.
I've been happy with that though.
Yeah, I used to when I lived in Bournemouth, because that is a terrible location for gigging because everywhere is 5 hours away at least. It's like right on the south coast. So I got very, very lazy that a friend of mine, comedian Adam Money, he'd be just going, I'm opening this place tonight. They've got a 10 going if you fancy it. Yeah, all right. And it'd be like Plymouth, like 3 hours drive away. So I'd think nothing of having 6 pints of kebab, and then I'd just fall asleep and fart all the way home. And I just, to this day, I don't know how he's still friends with me.
I know. I always feel guilty falling asleep in the passenger seat.
He had a nice, but place where I was renting at the time had a really crap mattress, so the passenger seat in his car was a lot comfier. It was heated as well. I was like, oh, this is lovely. I just went straight down. Anyone else done anything dumb this week?
Dumbest thing I've done this week is a quick backstory is that I broke my arm while I was skateboarding. Look, I'm 55. This is my midlife crisis. I broke my arm while I was skateboarding, and I'm out of action, as you can see. It's in the sling. And the thing is, because we've got a double act set, and I really couldn't be bothered to add a new bit into the set and have to reference my sling, I took the sling off. So there I am. And our set involves props within the set. So I'm having to use, after a while, you kind of sort of forget, and you get pushed to have to use my other hand, my right hand, to pick up a board or a prop. And So the person that anyone saw limping down the road, looking like I don't know what, was me going through Chester on what night was it? Was it Tuesday night or something? Thursday night. Looking like some sort of snivelling wretch. That was me in complete agony with my still broken arm, and not that I'm bitter or twisted. With my broken arm because I decided not to wear my sling. So that's fairly dumb. And I just hope the sort of bone specialist from the local hospital listening. Sorry.
Wow. So was that Lou Williams' gig in Chester?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely gig, yeah.
It's a beautiful venue. It does feel like you're trying to find Hogwarts when you look at that. It is really...
You do. You go through this passage.
Labyrinthine, yeah.
It's like a scene out of Les Mis. You're just expecting all these sort of French people going, one more day. You're just waiting for them to appear. You know.
And it's in the churchyard, isn't it?
It's interesting.
And if you wait there long enough, you'll get the bells of doom before you go on.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yes, it's a little gig. Very nice.
We've had a photo already from somebody watching on their TV.
Oh, cool.
So I'll full screen myself just so that you can get the. There we go. So that's a photo of me. I look a bit washed out on that. From Dan Lythe. That's Dan Lythe's front room. If you notice, he's watching on his laptop. So he's got a 2-screen thing going on there.
Wow.
So thanks.
So that counts. That counts as 2 viewers.
It does actually, yeah. It does count as 2 views. So Jimmy,
you went viral.
Yeah. You just sent me a photo. Is this relating to your
related
story?
to the dumbest thing I've done this week, yeah.
Okay, well I'll see if I can get that off Facebook on the screen here. So you tell, and I'll.
Okay, well, I broke my camera taking photos of a flock of geese that inexplicably live in a petrol station at 3 a.m. on Monday morning, coming back from a gig. A flock of geese living in a petrol station, and they actually live there because I asked the person, what are the flock of geese doing here? And she said, they live here. And I said, well, I need to get a photo, and I broke my camera doing that.
How'd you break your camera?
It just made a funny noise and gave in. It's like, has anybody seen The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou? Do you remember the bit where the helicopter pin pops?
Hmm.
And they fall into the sea? That's what it sounded like. It made a big pop, and my camera was.
I've got the photo uploaded. There we go.
Oh. That's really sharp.
How can geese afford to live in a service station? It costs a fortune.
I don't know, man. But they're probably like really like crime lords now because of the petrol prices going up. They're probably stoating about there like gangsters.
Do they run on the E10 fuel?
Yeah. But my camera just it took one look. I've taken thousands of photographs the past few months, and that was too crazy for it, man. My camera just gave up. It was like, I'm out.
Have you
I'm
noticed?
gone.
Is it my imagination? Was one of the geese got the head in the sand bucket?
No, it has.
Looks like it.
It has, hasn't it? I noticed it from the background that those geese must be used to the high life because that's an M&S as well at that petrol station. So
they must be.
Those aren't just.
I can't remember. I was too busy crying about my camera.
Yeah, look.
Was it an expensive camera?
It was a pretty expensive camera, but it's only like 170 quid to get it fixed. It's getting fixed right now. So
Stuff.
It's a fucking flock of geese at 3 a.m.
I only paid that much for my camera.
Well, it was about 700 quid the camera, but
wow.
It's getting fixed, and the geese broke it.
Decent
So
bit of kit for
I'm going back down to Nottingham at the end of November, and I'm going to kill all the geese on the way down.
Okay. So if anyone from the RSPCA is watching, I've got Jimmy's number plate. So
Christmas dinner, Jimmy.
which was really hard to get because I don't have a car.
yeah. Well, I've just lost all credibility in this. Any more dumb stories from this week? No, I think we're all dumbed out.
I've been too sensible. You've kind of reminded me of my life's quite boring. I need to do more stupid stuff because I used to have loads. So I need to get stupider.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think there's
You're
a direct,
getting too boring.
there's a direct sort of, there's like a Venn diagram of less dumb stories to tell and sort of like the naturally less amount that you drink with the advancing years.
Aye.
I think the two things are connected. Two things are connected.
Definitely.
Kitty joining in with these geese aren't just a petrol station. These geese are an M&S petrol station. It's like a relay race who could get there first.
Somebody tried to say that.
George Coppin, Lloyd and Williams, did you get a parking fine at Lou's gig?
No,
we're
locals.
We're sneaky and found a place because we know Chester. Say no more.
Nice. Kitty, back again. They said we can't get our Christmas dinners with Brexit, so hunting geese is valid, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, so, in the New World Order, Jimmy will be everyone's friend.
The geese are the godfathers just now, but come Christmas, I'm going to have them with bacon across their back.
Oh.
Question coming from Craig Harrower, aka Tubbs.
Yay.
I've got a serious question. How was the method of milking a cow discovered? Good question.
Well, that happened to be one of the stupidest things I done last year. I milked a cow. I didn't really.
You had this all engrossed then for a second, though. It was like, really?
No. I made it up. I got drunk one night, milked a cow, and now we're best friends.
I
think that's probably quite a sordid tale about milking a cow getting discovered. I don't think we want to know.
How was the method of milking a cow discovered?
Way back, somebody decided that they had to find a way of irritating the vegans. So you had they were looking around the place. You had your oat milk and your soy milk, and they were just looking around a way and just see what was at hand. There was just a load of cows just hanging around in a field. So it must have been that, really. I would say. What do you think?
No.
I don't think that can be true.
Human curiosity would think, I wonder what comes out of those udders.
Aye.
I think a bunch of bell ringers got lost on the way back from the pub once.
Yeah.
Blind bell ringers.
See, it
was alcohol.
They didn't know where milk came from because they must have been formula fed. So they had to discover for themselves.
Was it a very bored farmhand?
That's
tired of having a wank and doing it on something else instead.
Possibly.
So the farmhand meant to get a bull.
Yeah.
but got the wrong herd.
But he wasn't. So, he decided he preferred females.
I told you this was going to end up sordid.
To be honest, Jimmy, 19 minutes in and we've gone on this tangent. This is quite late compared to normal.
Is it?
So, yes, it's normally about 10 minutes in where I'm just thinking, how
I avoided this very topic by not discussing what the geese were actually up to, but since we're going there, it was bestiality.
Holy shit.
And I think that's drawn a line under that question. Bulletproof Blouse has said, I watched a video this evening on the ancient history of cheese, and I reckon the cow milking came around that sort of era. Well, you'd hope. Either that or somebody bought a poor unsuspecting cow until they think it's all over in the 90s and Rory McGar got handsy again. That's a very niche reference, but I do get what you mean. He was, you wouldn't really trust Rory McGraw in this day and age. I think it's the curly hair and the ridiculous beard. I don't know.
And the thing is, I was thinking there, a lot of people are disgusted with kind of people doing stuff with animals, which is, but then you'll eat an animal, so what's more disgusting, eating an animal or doing filthy things to it?
Being very fond with it.
You're starting to sound like one of the vegans, Obi.
Aye, but I'm just saying, is having an affair with an animal worse than actually killing and eating one?
Yeah.
That's the kind of things I think about sometimes.
Even ask.
So you could go to court.
What about
you could go to court and you get done for doing some dirty things with animals, but then you can also say, but I'm a vegan, so I'm not as bad as all you bastards for actually eating them every day.
I think the judge, you're in front of the judge saying, either I had a burger or I pumped a cow. Do you know what I mean?
But what's worse? Because
You watch the true crime.
Because murder is a worse crime than the other kind of dirty thing.
No.
So
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. No. Don't go there.
I just still love the turn of phrase, having an affair with an animal. You make it sound like a discussion point on This Morning.
It wasn't me that asked the question in the first place.
What about my friend Jamie, who's now an eminent PhD, Dr. Jamie Mackay?
Right.
One of his first jobs was to collect bull semen for artificial insemination. Yes, he was a bull wanker.
A bull wanker. But is he a vegan though?
That's
is he a vegan?
His first job was.
He was very popular.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, so there was a lot of bulls smoking cigarettes and respecting him in the morning.
Oh, so it's consensual, at least.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Well, that's all right then. That's all right. Kitty's back on with a quite level-headed approach to the question. Boring answer. Somebody watched the Cars feeding and thought, my mum doesn't make that anymore. Maybe I'll try some of that instead.
That's probably right.
I never dreamed we'd go on the origin story of milk. But here we are. So keep your questions coming in via just the comment section or text. It's very weird for us not to have had a text yet. So do text us. Don't make me play that jingle again.
Do you have Snake on that, Alex?
I do. Do you want to see it?
Is it Snake too?
Yes, it is. Well, yes, well remembered. Because
so Snake it goes through walls.
Yeah. So Snake was the 3210. Snake 2 was the 3310.
So. You know what I hated about that game? You could fill the screen. Nice. You could fill the screen with the snake, and you got really skilled at it. And then there was nowhere else to go, and it would say you lost. And surely, if you filled the screen, you won, and you should get some reward for that.
Cool.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a great game, that.
Aye. But you could never win.
No. But that you did win. You get a very valuable life lesson.
No, you got to the end and it just says, no, it just crashed and it just said you were a loser. I mean, but I filled the screen. I can't do any better.
But it was saying when you win, you lose, and when you lose, you win.
What's that, sorry?
What network is it on?
EE.
Oh, cool.
So I've just had a text come in just as we were talking from George Coppin, who's just put, fine, I'll text you. Thanks for that, George. So I've got to keep erasing them because there's only a finite amount of text that it can have. So if you remember that from back in the day. Did your mate Dr. Jamie have a little cow suit? Like, how the hell do you even pronounce that? Classify?
No, he was 6'5" with curly blonde hair.
And very strong wrists.
Nice. And very strong wrists.
What? Was that before or after he started the job? Because I mean, that would be one hell of an interview. Like, hire me.
Hello.
Strong. Yeah. We'll come. We'll move swiftly on. On to the next question.
So this question 2.
Yeah, question 2. Actually, the record is only only got through 2 questions throughout the whole show. So one day we're looking to beat that record. We're not doing bad though. 25 minutes in, and we're on question 2.
It's question 3 actually, isn't it?
Sort of. Yeah, because with the Okay. So Anonymous has just texted and has put, fucking hell, George. I was literally writing that out. I had to delete it and send this instead.
Oh.
Snooze, you lose. Sorry. So this was inspired by a comment that I saw on Facebook this week when I put the poster for the show. I said, quite by accident, the lineup this week has got 2 people from England, 2 people from Scotland, 2 people from Wales. So this should get us talking for at least the rest of the show. Which is better, England, Scotland, or Wales?
Wales!
Oh, no.
Well, 1 vote for Wales already. So So why is Wales the nation to rule them all?
Because
Lloyd
we've
Williams.
got a bloody great big dragon on our flag.
It's the flag.
The flag is the
It's just
best.
the flag. It's simply the flag. It's the best one in the world. And it's incredibly cool.
And you sound English.
I was going to say, have you noticed my very strong Welsh accent?
That's the real dialect, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've got, can we say it? Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll, go gerach yn Robert Llan Cecilia, go.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
is that the train station?
It's a Welsh
The
incantation.
longest
No,
train
it's a
station
threat.
name.
It's a
Oh, what
train
does it mean?
station on Anglesey.
Aye. I've heard of it. Well, I couldn't say the word, but I know it's the longest word.
I remember
And a train
there's
station.
another train station. Because a friend of mine had a routine about it, and I didn't know it was real until I saw it on Bake Off. There's another station called Den Bitchy Piss God.
It's Dimbych Pysgod, you.
Yeah, thank you.
Denby of the fishes in Welsh.
Is it?
All right.
Denby of the fishes,
Also known
yes.
as fish card.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the case for Wales is no other flag in the world has an emoji on it.
Has a bloody great
Steady.
big dragon on it, yeah.
Steady.
Yeah. Well, there's no pictures. So Scotland. What's the case for Scotland?
I would like to.
Oh, you go.
I would like to extend an invitation to anybody that doubts that Scotland's the best to come and meet us and discuss it at 12 a.m. at Tuffy Hall Street on a Saturday night. And they'd better watch because Obel just had 2 cans of beer coming back from Kirkcaldy, so it might be quite a heated debate.
Tubbs has weighed in on the national symbols debate by saying, "We have a unicorn."
I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to go for England, just to be controversial.
Oh,
You might
just
have been better
because
saying that from England, Dobie.
no, fuck it. I don't care. I think only because you guys have got let's see, up here, all the shops stop selling alcohol at 10 because they don't trust us. And I think down in England you're allowed to buy alcohol after 10. I think, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you
Doesn't
get
mean we're any
better
more
rules.
grown up.
So
To be fair, they don't sell alcohol after 10 because we can't be trusted.
No,
I know.
Scotland can't be trusted with alcohol because you get 2 bank holidays after Hogmanay, don't you?
Trust
Oh, do
us,
we?
we get plenty before 10 p.m, so it's okay.
No, it's racist. It's racist. So I think we still move to England so as we can buy alcohol after 10.
George Coppin has just waded in by saying just Spain. Thanks, George, for your vote.
I'll go for Spain as well.
I've got to say that your Sunday trading laws make much more sense in Scotland because everyone in England shuts at 4 on a Sunday.
Right?
5.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was news to me until I started coming to the Fringe, just going,
Right.
I should go to the shop. Oh, it's 10 to 4, no chance. But they're open till 11. Really? What is
Right.
this magical place?
So,
Wow.
so fair enough, Alex. I would say England is better during the week. Then you should move to Scotland at the weekend.
Okay, so Monday to Friday, England, weekend,
Aye.
north of the border.
Because you have a better night out in Scotland. So just if you're an alcoholic and you're a wheat drinker, go and live in England. But if you want to get
Don't
pissed in
come to
Scotland,
Wales, they don't serve beer on Sundays.
you don't serve beer on Sundays.
They until very recently there was some areas of Wales that the pubs were shut on a Sunday.
You're very strict
Well-
here in Wales on a Sunday, you see.
Can you get
Well,
cider?
you guys could come to Scotland on Sunday then.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
come.
we'll all go to Scotland on Sunday. We'll get
Yeah.
pissed. Then we'll go back to England on the Monday.
I know during the Fringe you can drink for 23 hours a day.
Why
which-
23 though?
No idea, but I've met some comedians that treat that as a challenge.
Yeah.
No.
Let's get game on. Fair enough. Okay. Craig Harrower, Tubbs is back on saying Swansea for the Six Nations gets my vote for Wales. So this, I think we're gonna have to vote for Scotland because so far the Scottish contingent has been the most selfless and voted for any other nation but
See-
their own.
See, Alex, my reverse psychology worked there, so that was psychology there. So yay!
Kitty has come back on she's now gone into the realms of myth. Somebody on the panel must know the myth of Pasiphae seducing Poseidon's bull to sire the Minotaur.
Don't know that
Anyone?
one.
What?
Anyone?
That just sounds like a lot of words.
Where is he educated? Who's Poseidon?
Is that something to do with the cow thing?
Apparently so. The Minotaur was a cross between a bull and a man. Maybe that's the wanking thing again, or sex with a bull.
Poseidon was god of the sea or something.
So Pasiphae was a pervert. Is that what we're saying?
I think I missed this
That's
bit.
just a bull. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you think
I missed this
it's not
bit
as
when I
bad as
watched
burgers,
Thor.
but some of us still think bestiality is bad.
Nobody gave a warning we were going to go mythical. Isn't there supposed to be a klaxon? Not for mythical chat. Bulletproof Blouse, not for mythical chat.
I need to Google that shit later on.
Yeah, tell us more, Kitty. Tell us more. John Morris is watching. Hello, I'm watching using subtitles again. Because when he
They
was
won't work with us. With me and Obi, they won't work. Subtitles will be broken. We break them.
They last time he was watching on his phone whilst he was at a gig at Rock City, so that's commitment for you. So let us know where you are tonight, John. That means that you need subtitles. Kitty, you've gone back to that after the context. Haha. That was for Dr. Jamie having a little cow suit. We remember the context. So yeah. Any more votes for would you eat a Minotaur? Let's not go down there. Let's not
female.
Could you sodomize a Minotaur?
In what sense?
Could you sodomize a Minotaur?
Holy shit.
I'm sure it'd be up for it, you know.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that after 10 o'clock in Scotland.
Yeah.
So we can't get alcohol, but we're allowed to sodomise a bull after 10 o'clock.
Or you could, as long as, what is it? What's the rule? After midnight in Chester, you can shoot a Minotaur with a bow and arrow.
No, after midnight
Right.
in Chester,
This
you
is
can
starting to
shoot
sound
a
like the
monster.
rules for Gremlins.
Is there any of these sub-laws where I'm allowed to murder those fucking geese?
Christmas dinner, Brexit.
Kitty, at Subs, I've read a few pieces of fan fiction like that. Well, if you could enlighten us further, Kitty, please. It's amazing. John Morris tonight is a passenger in a car back from an event where he was working, where he shared a dressing room with Diversity and Wes from Love Island.
Oh,
Name dropper.
Beat that.
I'm very sorry for you.
But that's the point. I've got a jingle for that.
I think there's a helpline.
There we go. Finally, I get to use that jingle. Nice.
Kevin Bridges used to always name drop all the time when I was drinking with him.
I enjoyed that. I just want to take a second to appreciate that joke. Let's have a look at the text messages. Kitty and George have been texting as well. Kitty, Scotland gets my vote.
Yeah, so there's psychology.
She then, from what I'm just linking back, she then gives reasons in the comments. Scotland, more bank holidays, free prescriptions, free water, free university, free tampons, sexier accents. David Tennant, not led by Etonians.
I'm down with all of that.
Yeah.
In Wales, though, here in Wales, we have funnier accents.
Wales have already lost. Scotland won.
No,
It's
no.
all right. As long as England don't win, we're happy.
I'll vote for Wales as well.
English people would be sort of like very, very keen to sort of like go, well, clearly it's, no, it's not us. Can we just apologise for everything we've done ever throughout all of history? Sorry.
Scotland is led by Jimmy Cranky.
No, it's not.
She is like Jimmy Cranky.
He has geese. Be careful. He has geese.
And Abby
He has geese.
I have geese and I'm not afraid to use them.
I'm angling for a goose for
Sorry.
Christmas.
That could be taken all sorts of ways.
Oh no, not bestiality again.
So can the geese.
No.
Okay, so from so a text has come in, a text question.
Yeah.
Who would win if a flock of geese and a minotaur had a fight? And I think they've left their name and not just back in who would win. They put Victoria. So thanks for that, Victoria.
I don't know, but is this minotaur for hire? Can I pay the minotaur to kill the fucking geese?
Kitty's now just listing Scottish people she fancies. Karen Gillan.
I like Karen Gillan.
Yes. Amy Pond forever.
I think you've united all of the panel with that suggestion, Kitty. Thank you. Subtitles have gone all nationalistic, something about Wales defeating Scotland. Just let us know the general gist that you're getting here, John, and we'll just give you a thumbs up or thumbs down to see how it's going. So, sort of the gist. So who would win between a flock of geese and a minotaur?
I think we would just become friends and it'd be fine.
I think the minotaur would want to see what's in that sand bucket.
Aye.
And it would also depend on whether or not the minotaur's vegan or a pervert.
That's true. That is
What's
true.
better?
Okay. It's toss up between a load of geese that are enraged by petrol prices or a sexually aroused minotaur.
Yes.
Sexually aroused makes all the difference.
The combined force, the geese are like unison.
But who gets to milk the minotaur?
I think the minotaur would milk all the geese and that'd be the end of it. And they'd all be happy, that'd be it done.
Can geese be milked?
Why not? Believe in yourself. If you want to milk a goose. Anything's possible. I'm going to make that a mission. I'm going to milk a goose.
With that on.
We do. That's got to be in the season 2 merch range. It'll do a lot better than that mug. George Coppin,
you can milk geese.
You can milk geese. You can. George Coppin has texted me to say, I genuinely know a guy who played a minotaur.
Yay!
So bear in mind, George has recently been in an acting role himself as Cupid. So these are the circles he mentions in. When it comes to your podcast title, who gets to milk the minotaur? Yeah, that's in there. That's in there.
That's like a book title.
So John is just getting, is whether or not the minotaur is a vegan or a pervert something that was actually said? Yes.
Yeah, I said that.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was said. Yes, it was. I'm glad that the subtitles are getting the meat out of this. No pun intended. A platypus lays eggs and milk, so they're a portable source of omelettes.
Oh.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay. This is going all kinds of places I never dreamed of. Or I think I need to put the fan back on. I'm getting all hot though.
You're hot, mate.
Yeah. So there we go. That's better. There we go. That's better. Next question. Next question. So, yesterday was National Album Day. 1, what was the first album you ever bought? And 2, in your opinion, what is the worst album ever? I can name both of these right off my head. First album I ever bought with my own money was The Great Escape by Blur. And that was in 1996-ish. The worst album, which is also an album that I bought. Now, in the current day and age context, it's seen as a bit of a joke. But once upon a time, and I'm happy to admit this, once upon a time, I quite liked Robbie Williams.
That's all right. Right, I'll have to go and speak to you all.
I've made Obi rage quit in the fact that I used to like Robbie Williams. So in 2006, I bought Rude Box.
Ooh.
Alex, would you milk Robbie Williams?
Don't even entertain that.
Depends on the price. the comments section and the Nokia have gone insane now I've admitted this. So I'll come to you in a minute. Right, I liked him on reflection. Not a great choice. This was sort of like a hangover from the 90s.
I quite like him as well. I think he's quite funny. He's quite a funny guy.
Yeah, he's quite funny. He's gone up his own arse recently. But back in the day, quite the lad. But Rude Box was bloody awful. It was his attempt to do sort of like I think he always wanted to commit career suicide, and he nearly achieved it with Rude Box. It was him trying to do like dirty breakbeat sort of beats, that sort of thing, sort of ignoring everything that made him famous and liked. And I've kept this album as the CD album as sort of the benchmark of awful. So first album, The Great Escape. Worst album, Rude Box.
First album I ever bought was Culture Club Colour by Numbers when I was about 8.
Yeah.
And the worst album I've ever heard is Yes Please by Happy Mondays.
Right. Well, what era was that?
90s?
Well, was that when the drugs were starting to get to them?
Yeah, man. It was. They basically destroyed a record label with a really bad album. Like,
because I watched 24-Hour Party People and they paid them a shitload of money to go to the Bahamas, didn't they? Somewhere like
Barbados.
Yeah. To record the album.
Specifically to be kept away from smack, but they ended up developing a crack habit and making a really bad album.
And didn't Sean Ryder have to end up selling his clothes?
No, at one point he was feeding, like, he was locked in the studio and he was feeding bits of the studio equipment through a window to drug dealers to give them drugs back in through the window.
That's rock and roll.
A wee bit hastier than your 2 cans of beer and Kirkcaldy, yeah. Like
boring fact that studio was in Wales.
Hey, Wales!
Sorry,
another vote for Wales.
Yeah. if they'd have made that album in real, then Factory Records would still be going. That's all we're saying.
Yes.
So George Carpin, Alex Watts milking Robbie Williams. Let me entertain you. Okay, Rich with the imagery tonight. Alex, depends on the price. Why? How much would you pay to milk Robbie? Well, I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I've never wanked off with other man. Not it's all right for some, but I would. I don't even know why I'm even considering how much this would be. It's never going to happen.
No, you never know. It might be watching. What would you do if we text in? It said, "This is Robbie.
That would be interesting.
Would you like to come round?"
Yeah,
and you'd be kind of go. And it would make you say, "Let me entertain you," just before you did it.
Yeah. Robbie, text me. I bought Rude Box. You owe me. Right.
If a Heat article I read in 1998 is anything to go by, he was a big fan of Snake too.
Right. Okay. And that's not a euphemism. It just generally was
a fan of the game. Yeah.
Aye.
Right. More albums. More albums.
Right,
Helen, we'll come to you.
All right.
Right. Was either Dina Carroll So Close or Hits 93 with such bangers as Culture Beat, Mr. Vane, and Had Away What Is Love.
I love these songs.
First album I owned was Bad by Michael Jackson on vinyl.
Hey.
And I don't know.
Sadly cancelled.
You've still got that. That's probably worth something now.
I don't know what the worst album ever is. I need to think about that one.
Doesn't necessarily have to be one you've owned, but one you've just listened to.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll come back to that. Come back to that one. Omi.
Right, I'm a weirdo. See, when it comes to music, I like music, but I've only ever bought one album because I don't buy music. I've never been a big.
You steal it.
I steal it. Oh, racism. No, freedom. So the only album I remember getting, it was in a cassette. It was The Farm. Remember The Farm in the 90s?
Groovy Train.
All Together Now was the one I remember, Groovy Train. So I loved that. So I love The Farm. And and I think I don't know. I don't know what the worst one was, but there's a singer, like there's an artist now that really annoys me. That every time he comes on the radio, I just turn it off, and it's I don't know if you're a fan. Stormzy. Does anybody like Stormzy?
Yeah,
I know of him.
See, I don't know much about the guy, and I'm sure he's talented, but everything, every time I know he's big, he's a big name, but every time he comes on the radio, I just find it really annoying. He's like
So
he's
you
like
wouldn't milk him then?
what's that?
So you wouldn't milk him then?
No, I wouldn't. I would milk him. I would milk him if it shut him up, to be honest. If it kept him from singing. I say, listen, Stormzy, I'll milk you if you shut the fuck up for 10 minutes.
Well, but
So
if
imagine
If anyone has tried beatboxing on the point of climax, that'd be a...
My first
the whole
worst
point of
album.
this. Sorry.
My first and worst album was Hits by Bert Whedon. And the thing is, it was 1981. I'm 55. It was 1981. All
No,
my
you're not.
yeah, I am. They're all listening to Soft Cell, Culture Club, Duran Duran, people like that. They're Ultravox, really great synth bands. All they're really fantastic about The Clash. All that's in the charts. I'm just a Bert Whedon on vinyl at home. They're all sitting in class. They all know the names. They've got all the patches on their denim jackets. And I'm the kid in the back of the class, and they all know all the tracks by all these bands, and I'm sitting there going, it's not cool. It's not the way to survive school. If you're that kid who listens to Bert Whedon, I just want to put that out there, and probably why I've got a dead leg and a Chinese burn so much, really. Yeah, it's not good. So that was one of the worst albums. It was just awful. Then I discovered Status Quo.
Oh my God, they're awful.
Oh, controversy.
No, I did go to a Quo gig, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
When Sarah and I got together, she is into jazz and all this really groovy music, and she admitted to liking Status Quo. And I had to say, so do I. Mm. It was a bonding moment, wasn't it, darling?
Awesome.
It's funny that the things sort of like culturally that you go through to impress a partner. My ex-wife forced me to sit through the remake of the St. Trinian's film, which had Russell Brand and which had Russell Brand in it. I can't remember anybody else. I spent 40% of that film with my jacket over my face.
And Rupert Everett.
Yeah, Rupert Everett, who looked a heck of a lot like Camilla Parker Bowles.
Probably more attractive.
It was, well, yeah, probably. It was beyond awful. It wasn't funny. It wasn't ironic. It was just, I mean, it's not the only reason we divorced, but it's up there. I think I could have got grounds just on that. I think that was one of the tick boxes when I was going through the Gov website. I
heard it was because she caught you milking a bull and singing Robbie Williams songs at the same time. So I heard that's why the divorce happened.
Nice. On the text now as a running joke and a regular thing. Kitty texts me once a week just to say obligatory reminder that you are old. Thanks, Kitty. Nice. Nice. Here we go. Oh, for the comments, we've got to catch up with the comments because there's a thread actually. Alex, as if you don't know all the lyrics to the St. Trinian's theme tune, also David Tennant is the villain in the sequel. Wild Horses would not have got me to go to the sequel. Trinians had Hayley Atwell in it. Go back to the chicken and egg stuff. Bulletproof Blouse. What can you eat that consumes the most generations of an animal? Chicken and egg sandwich has gen factor of 2. Also, fried chicken and waffles is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
with like
a beef milkshake.
Yeah, beef milkshake.
Beef milkshake would work. You have to wear a leather jacket as well while you're eating it, drinking it.
There we go. The beef triple.
You've strayed very far from your vegan roots, Obi.
I know.
Coming soon to Obi's Diner. Kitty replies with, only if it's fertilised, which would be odd. Mostly they're just chickens, periods. Replied with, chicken periods.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Kitty, question, why do hipsters listen to vinyl? I don't know. I tried to get into vinyl. Not really for me.
Because it's totally cool.
Well, there we go. There's a comprehensive answer for you. In terms of bad albums, Pocket Full of Kryptonite by the Spin
that is
Doctors.
a bad album.
I took it back to Woolies.
There's a blast from the past, isn't it? Woolies. Wow.
Who remembers
Brilliant.
Woolies?
Cool.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Pick and mix.
I've still got a pair of
Actually-
sewing scissors I bought from Woolies.
I used to work at Woolworths.
Oh.
I used to work at Woolworths about 2005, and I regret when I left, I handed in my badge.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I had a name badge with Woolies on it, and apparently they were selling for quite a fair whack on eBay after it closed down. Shit.
Oh, shit.
Should have kept my badge. Oh, God, I just had this flashback of I worked on the entertainment counter, and all the weirdos gravitated to that place. On the entertainment. This was just at the time when VHS was phased out and it was just DVDs. But the branch that I worked in, I said, well, why have we got a crate of VHS of Hellboy? And I went, we only get that in because there's one guy that comes in every day and wants a copy. Every day. And he buys it. That's the only reason we get it in. Like, there's something seriously wrong with this man if he comes in and buys Hellboy on VHS every day of the week and you let him.
Yeah.
So like, with those sort of moral standards, no wonder you're closed. And also, I was serving somebody who came to went, excuse me, love, yeah. See that Star Wars box set behind you? Yeah. So, does it have the Sixth Sense in it? I'll leave that one there. Kitty clarifies who Hayley Atwell is. Agent Peggy Carter. Now I know. I'm not sure if this comment is a follow-up. Creamy Bisto. Is that a thing?
Oh, that was something to do with a milkshake. Maybe.
Beef milkshake.
Oh!
Aye,
beef milkshake,
that
Creamy Bisto.
Beef milkshake.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I think that might be the podcast title now, actually. So yeah.
Well, Creamy Bisto.
Yeah. I'm writing that down on a post-it to remind myself. I
think I've got their album.
You got their album. You had to return it to Woolworths. Well, Alex did it. No, it didn't have that completely unrelated film to the Star Wars song in there. We will come on to our final question. I can't believe we're nearly at the hour already. This is absolutely nuts. Something hopefully that will hopefully this will be a catharsis for you. What irritates you the most about working in comedy?
Obi.
All right.
Fine.
How long you got?
That's all right.
How long you got? Well, at least 5 minutes. So start now. You start, and you start. We'll end the show when you get hoarse. So.
Do you know what? Do you know what irritates me the most?
What's that?
Like comedians who don't like the Edinburgh Festival. That annoys me because it's like the biggest arts festival in the world, and a lot of comedians go, I don't want to do it. I just don't understand it because we were there this year, Alex, and it was the best. It was just amazing doing so many shows a day, and you just get comedians going, I don't like the festival. I says, well, why are you doing comedy then? So that kind of annoys me, I think.
It's a bit like being an athlete and saying, I don't like the Olympics.
Aye, fuck the Olympics. I know, I just don't get it. It's just, well, what, if you don't enjoy it, and you get our comedians that kind of do stand up and they don't really enjoy it, and I'm kind of going, well, why are you doing it? And I've seen acts that are really good, but they don't enjoy doing it, and I'm kind of going, I don't understand that.
I think it's a lot to do. I think it's a lot to do with dealing with different personalities and getting used to the whole thing. Like,
but
it's hard.
Being on stage, maybe a bit. Aye.
But like the Fringe this year, like I kind of was a wee bit kind of skeptical of the Fringe and all, and thinking it was something else. And then when I done it this year, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. It was amazing every day, and working with you, Alex, doing your show and coming to see your show and fucking seeing you in the Globe every day, Obi and stuff. It was amazing. I loved it.
I know Jimmy was stalking me this year.
I was stalking you. Aye, that's right. That's what I was doing. Aye. I've seen you practically every day.
It was worth getting COVID for this year. It was that good.
Aye.
But your show especially was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I started doing comedy in your workshop, and we didn't really keep in touch or anything. But when I seen your show, the one that Kate Copsick reviewed, it was fucking amazing. It was absolutely brilliant.
Stop it.
And I've completely reversed my opinion, and you've been shite since then.
She missed me out. I'm thinking, you absolute cow.
I mean,
I was doing BBH and some comedians, and Copstick was in the audience, and she was scribbling notes, loads of notes, and thinking, hello, the first Copstick review. Then the review came out for Peter's show, 4 stars. She gave a detailed review to the other 3 acts that were on and missed me out completely.
You absolute I'm sure I've had that before.
Yeah. Anyway. That's all right. I've got 3 stars and a tepid review from Chortle. I'm fine.
That's all right. That's a 3-star review in Chortle's like a 5-star review, so that's good.
Nice. Any more? Lloyd Williams, I sense you were revving. Are you in for you?
What's irritating about? I'll tell you what's irritating about comedy. When you're driving home, sobbing whilst driving at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you get to McDonald's and you get a cold big tasty from Mackey's. That's irritating.
Insult to injury.
Exactly.
And you can't get a McFlurry for love nor money.
Yeah.
So if you have you never get a big funny at that time of night. If you have a bad gig and then you get a shit food, is that what you mean?
Oh yeah, you never get a McFlurry because they forgot to milk the cows.
Yeah. Call back.
Hang on.
Yeah, and why is it that Subway's not open at that time of night? Why is it only McDonald's?
I know, disgraceful.
Sandwich artists need daylight to really get the composition right. So I know what you mean. If it's late and you want to eat your feelings, it has to be warm.
Yeah.
That's not a euphemism. Stop it.
I'm so lonely.
When you're looking down the A55 and it's and you're sobbing and you're behind the wheel of your Renault 11.
I'm hoping because at that time of night in motorway service stations, everywhere's shut apart from like the Costa Express. Yeah. So why isn't there a McDonald's Express? We just press a button and a Big Mac appears.
Yeah.
Why can't that happen? We live in this.
You make it happen, Alex.
Yes, we need to make that happen. We need to make that happen. Any more things that irritate you about working in comedy?
No.
George Coppin has commented, comedians who don't like the bush. No offense if that's you lot. I must give context to this. It looks a bit like saying you don't like the Fringe. It's a legendary open mic night in the Midlands called the Holly Bush. And it's batshit crazy. The audience,
I want to do it.
It's insane. The guy that runs it is a guy called Dave Francis, who is a vegan. But whenever I've seen him, he's always 2 parts pissed, which is great. And the more Dave drinks, the narrower his eyes get. So if you turn up and he's like that.
So is it worth doing, Alex?
We should all do it as a group and use our new weird bestiality material that we've got here tonight.
I'd say if you're around here and you're free on a Thursday night, go and do it because it has to be seen to be believed. It has to be seen to be believed. Dave has graffitied his own toilet.
So that's the kind of best way of getting me to see stuff. I now want to see the Russell Brand movie you were talking about. You said was shit. I now want to do that gig, and I'm going to go down to find a field tomorrow. And
I'm going to milk a minotaur.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, but a lot of promoters go to the Bush, and a lot of pro acts who are West Midlands based go to the Bush to try out new stuff.
Right.
So I don't get why people look down the nose on it. Yeah, fine, the audience are stoned, but you do have to sort of bring your.
So is it like the kind of late and live of the Midlands?
It has that kind of vibe, but if you can crack 10 minutes at the Bush, you're then bulletproof. You can go anywhere. So it sort of taps into what I find irritating, which is a lot of comedy snobbery. So that irritates me. Like people who give long-winded statuses about how they don't like Mrs. Brown's Boys. It's like, well, fine. It's not for you, but an awful lot of people do like it. And there's this other guy. I don't know if anyone else has heard of Frankie Allen.
No.
Yeah, Frankie Allen. He is a Scouser with I'd say he's in his 50s. He's a comedian who I've never heard of before. Until it's pointed out to me. His Facebook like page has over 100,000 likes. He is brilliant at marketing, and he gigs constantly up and down the country to full houses because he's got over 100,000 likes. Yeah, and he's just like it's sort of the level is sort of like Roy Chubby Brown, but from Liverpool.
Right.
And he's got veneered teeth and a tattooed hairline.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
It looks ridiculous.
I want to see that.
A lot of people
see this
off,
guy as well.
Yeah, have a look, Frankie Allen. I think a lot of people slag him off, but I think how much of that is jealousy that he's got over 100,000 likes and fills rooms up all the time?
I totally agree with you, Alex. There's a few in Scotland like that, but the thing is, comedy's about making a room full of people who like what you do laugh, and if you don't like them, cool, don't go. But because there's a group of people that like what they do, brilliant, good on them. And like Mrs. Brown's Boys, there's like my dad loves Mrs. Brown's, and people at that age group love it. You know, whether a comedian thinks it's good or not is irrelevant.
Yeah.
And for saying that she's an Irish mammy of a certain age, she is remarkably calm and unbigoted with the openly out gay son.
Yeah.
So, so think of that. Yeah, I've just Dale's just happened. Then I've just blown a load of liberals' minds. That's what's just happened. Carl Mann with "Come to Bush." If you know, you know, Carl. If you know, you know.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do Bush.
If you want to eat your feelings, it has to be warm. Alex Leam, October 2020. If you're going to take a picture of tonight's show on the TV, this is the time. This is the time. Get a picture now. Okay, get the picture. Right, ready moment. Frankie Allen holds the mic on its side like he's a hype man for Bitcoin. Good point. Good point. Good point. Tubbs, who's switched from watching on Facebook and is now on YouTube for some reason. The folk that brag about their gig do my nutting, Alex mind, when turned away 100 people in one night improv provocateur.
I know you barely said a word about that, Alex.
It's funny that I just really love the poorly concealed envy that was concealed at the time. If we're talking about people that were jealous of other people's success.
Yeah, that annoys me. That annoys me. That annoys me. People that do that, they're jealous of other people's success. That annoys me.
We were all waiting for a punchline then.
No, there's no punchline. It does annoy me when you talk about that Frankie Allen guy. You get a lot of that, and it's good. Well, why rather than be jealous of them, learn from what they're doing. And they're going, all right, I maybe need to do more on social media.
They're doing something right, so it's kind of like the parts that are working for them. I'd love 100,000 people liking my page.
There's too much focus on what other people are doing wrong. In one way or another, on the negative side of other people, and we all kind of do it to some extent. But there's so much to fucking enjoy about comedy just now. We should all really be enjoying it more.
Right, I think I can share screen. So there we go. I don't know if you can see this. No, probably not.
What's for that?
Hang on, I found a picture of Frankie Allen. I've got to save it. So,
Frankie Allen's now got some more followers from this podcast.
he has. I mean, that's the
So
point.
take that, haters.
Aye.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Frankie.
We're all talking about Frankie Allen. Yeah. Absolutely.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. That was a good album.
Oh,
Relax.
can you imagine the uproar if he
You
did?
relax.
Wow. There we go. So I'm just uploading it now. That's Frankie Allen.
All right.
He looks like a bouncer.
I was all for this guy, but now I'm actually a bit scared.
Yeah.
He markets himself. His tagline is, he's the UK's most feared comedian.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
scared.
can see that.
What does it eat?
It looks like you can tell me how to actually kill those geese.
Yeah, raw geese. That's what he eats. That's his stock and trade, raw geese. So there you go. He looks
I've got
like
a problem with some geese. Also,
he looks like a sacked football manager. And it sounds like one as well. Most he's got voice is exactly how you imagine it to be. So scouse, it sounds like it hurts him.
Well,
Yeah,
I pictured them with a Cockney accent, but I'm Scottish. I don't know much about you guys.
You're picturing a bit of a. Nobody's like so fucking excited. They'll be thinking, how I don't even get off the material it's coming out with because it just sounds like that.
I think I've probably seen him on TikTok at some point. That guy.
Yeah.
Aye, so I think aye.
All right. So So before this season is over, let's see if we can get Frankie Allen on as a guest.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. So we're 7 minutes over time, which is great. So because I completely lost track of the time, we're going off on tangents galore. Then, any more before we wrap this up? Anything else about what's irritated about comedy that nobody's said yet?
Nope.
Or
Nothing irritates. We even love Mrs. Brown's Boys and Frankie Allen now.
Yeah, do you know? I think it's as an act of defiance. Let's all go and watch Frankie Allen clips. It's probably a good time to wrap this up. So before we finish, anything that you'd like to plug, even if it is just your socials. So Helen, we'll come to you first.
My comedy Facebook page is at Helen Edwards Comedy, and I'm doing online stuff still. So look out for that.
Excellent. George, only 7 minutes over. Ha, bless you. Yes, thank you. Because of me gate crashing his show, he was half an hour over last night. Jimmy, anything to plug?
Just my socials. Jimmy Jock is there, and my podcast, All Lockdown How We Laughed, and that's it. But I
don't oversell it. So follow Jimmy. Obi.
Well, Obi Comedian, OBIE Comedian on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on TikTok as well. So I'm trying to build my audience because I want to do more solo stuff. So I'm kind of building up some solo shows from March next year, kind of around the country. So try to do more of that kind of shit.
Okay, our mission is clear. Let's get Obi to the Holly Bush.
Yeah.
I'm dying to do it, man.
I have a feeling Dave would love you.
Lloyd
Williams. Lloyd Williams, anything to plug?
Well, we're Lloyd Williams on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we're gigging around the place. And hopefully, interfering with Minotaur hasn't affected our DBS. So we're just concerned about that at the moment.
You've been cancelled.
Yeah, we've been definitely cancelled for that one.
Well, Comedy Club first Friday of every month. It costs a $5. And if you want to be on, get in touch with us.
Yeah, cool. To Wales. We'll let you into Wales for a little bit of time. You can do 10 minutes at our gig.
That'd be awesome.
I thoroughly recommend Real Comedy Club. It's in a real little theatre. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I did there last month. Awesome stuff. So is that everyone plugged and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Good. So we'll be back next week, 8:30. Thanks for all the comments, and thanks to my panel, Helen Edwards, Jimmy Longmer, Lloyd Williams, and Obi. Until next time, stay awkward.
Bye.
Cheers, man.
Keep waving while I find the fucking credits. Keep waving.
All right.
Keep waving. There we go.